While going through trail cam footage from his remote cabin, the owner stumbled upon something chilling, something he captured 3 years ago but never noticed until now. In the dead of night, a pale humanoid figure drifted across the trail, cloaked in flowing white fabric with a face twisted in eerie distortion. Its ghost-like appearance sent a wave of dread through him. Some claim it was a spirit. Others think it might be a cryptid, or perhaps just someone in a bizarre bunny-like costume. But with no other footage from that night, one thing remains certain. Whatever it was, its identity is still a haunting mystery. Deep in the woods, tucked away in a remote cabin, a police officer was dispatched to investigate a possible intruder. The homeowner, staying at her Airbnb, had noticed the front door mysteriously wide open late at night and immediately called for help, fearing someone had broken in. But what the officer found was far more unsettling. As he approached the cabin, something was moving inside, yet it wasn't a person.
This police officer was checking for an intruder. He wasn't expecting this. Late at night, an owner saw her Airbnb door was open, so she called the police suspecting someone had broken in.
It was a mannequin, creepily lifelike, and it seemed to be shifting on its own. When he stepped inside to search, the place was empty. No signs of anyone, just that eerie figure, still as ever. Whatever was going on in that cabin, it wasn't normal. Back in August 2005, a group of amateur ghost hunters ventured into an abandoned house deep in the woods. As they filmed their exploration, something chilling happened. A mysterious figure suddenly appeared inside the house, sending the group running for their lives. Keep in mind, video editing wasn't nearly as accessible or advanced back then, which only adds to the footage's eerie credibility. But here's the twist. Was it something supernatural? Or just a regular person caught in the wrong place at the wrong time? A Reddit user named Spawnkill stumbled upon something chilling outside their cabin. A bunch of throwing knives scattered across the front yard. No note, no explanation, just cold steel lying in the grass. Were they left as a warning, a sick prank, or something far more sinister? One thing's for sure, throwing knives don't just appear out of nowhere, and not like this. A woman and her mom went on a last-minute road trip without booking places to stay. They used an app called HipCamp and found a cabin on an old horse camp with good reviews. But when they arrived at night, the directions were vague, it was pitch black, and the cabin turned out to be filthy.
This was the most horrific, disgusting, moldy, filthy place I've ever been. I was on a road trip with my mom. It was super last minute and we did not make any sleeping reservations for the entire trip. We were just doing it like night by night. But there was one night where everywhere was so booked up. Even the Motel 6 was $350. So we ended up using this app called HipCamp. It's kind of like Airbnb, but it's for camping. People can rent out like space on their farm or on their property and you can set up camp, but sometimes they have like cabins or glamping. So we find this HipCamp. It was kind of nearby. It had 100% good reviews. There were only like 10 reviews though. It was basically on an old horse camp, like a summer sleepaway camp. So I guess the camp wasn't going on anymore, but they were renting out the bunks, like the cabins for people to stay in. I've gone to summer camp many years. My mom's worked at a summer camp. We thought it would be fun. So we book it. The only instructions we got were that it was like behind the house next to like a red dumpster. We get there at like 10 o'clock. It was pitch black. We could not see anything and we couldn't figure out like where we were supposed to go. And it was so narrow that we didn't know if we could get the car through. I get out with my flashlight and I start walking up the road to see what's there. And it is creepy. I keep walking and then I see 2 bunks. Look at that fucking red glow. Look at the red glow. That's real. That's where we're supposed to sleep.
Oh, this is so fucking creepy. Absolutely not.
Do you see the cabin?
Absolutely fuck.
So you can take us up to the roof?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, we heard a guy screaming, like, in the woods, too.
Yeah. No. Ew, it smells like piss. Ugh, look at the dust. You know what? What is that? Ew! What?
The fact that this is real.
That's shit. Emily. Look. It's so disgusting and scary. You're gonna be
Look at the dirt.
So I don't have to. This is the year 3-4.
Needless to say, we ended up sleeping in the car.
The next morning, the host finally texted better directions. Too late. After a weird interaction with the host's child, they left and vowed to always book ahead in the future. Reddit user Native Meraki shared a chilling detail. The property's former owner had their ashes scattered on the land. But the mystery goes even deeper. The area once belonged to Native American tribes centuries ago. So who or what was the ghostly figure caught on camera? Was it the spirit of the homeowner still lingering in the place they loved? Or could it be an ancient soul tied to the sacred land? Whatever the truth is, one thing's certain: this haunting presence remains an unsettling and unexplained mystery. While browsing lakeside homes on Zillow, a woman stumbled upon something eerie in one of the listing photos. Curious, she zoomed in, and there it was. What looked like a faint, half-transparent figure of a woman standing inside the house. Could it be a ghost? Intrigued and slightly spooked, she shared the image on Reddit, asking for thoughts. The responses poured in. Some were convinced it was a ghostly presence, while others were more shocked by how affordable the house was. Without more information about the home's history, it's impossible to say for sure. But the mystery gave people something to talk about. While a family was enjoying a quiet stay in their remote Australian cabin, they got an unexpected visitor.
Don't you scratch my window. Oi!
A massive, wild kangaroo. At first, it was just standing there, but then things took a turn. It wasn't just a casual tap. This beast was restless, slamming its muscular body against the window like it wanted in. No one knew why. Maybe it caught its reflection. Maybe it saw something inside. Whatever it was, the vibe quickly shifted from amusing to absolutely terrifying. Kangaroos aren't usually aggressive, but when they feel threatened, they can turn dangerous fast. And this one? It looked like it could punch a hole through a wall. Thankfully, after what felt like an eternity, the kangaroo backed off and disappeared into the bush. The family was safe, but they definitely won't forget the day a kangaroo tried to break into their cabin. This guy was just waiting for his DoorDash delivery, nothing out of the ordinary, until he heard a knock at the door. But when he checked, there was no food, no delivery, just this.
Come on. Okay. So currently, I ordered DoorDash because my sister and the kids are gone for tonight. Like, I'm here by myself. The kids had football practice, so they had to go do their own thing. Thank you. So I ordered DoorDash, and I heard a knock.
A shadowy figure was standing dead still by a tree in the distance, watching him. It didn't move. It didn't speak. It just stared. Frozen with fear, he quickly pulled out his phone to record it, then rushed to hide in the bathroom. Eventually, the figure vanished into the night. That's when he called a friend to come pick him up. Would you have opened the door? While checking his cabin's attic for damage after a recent hurricane, he snapped a quick photo. Just a routine inspection. At the time, everything looked fine. No leaks, no holes. But months later, while casually scrolling through those old photos with his girlfriend, they noticed something chilling. A dark, shadowy figure with glowing eyes staring back at them from the attic. He swore he'd never heard any strange noises up there. No rustling, no scratching, nothing that would suggest raccoons or other animals. So what was it? A trick of the light? A small, unseen creature? Or something far more unsettling? A warning to get out while he still could. While staying at a remote cabin to celebrate her sister's birthday, this woman spotted a smaller, abandoned cabin nearby, with its door eerily ajar. Driven by curiosity and thinking, what's the worst that could happen? She decided to check it out. But just as she stepped closer, the door suddenly slammed shut, either by the wind or something else.
Me estoy quedando en una cabaña por el cumpleaños de mi hermana y enfrente hay como una cabaña así, como pero abandonada, chiquita. Y es como una casita del árbol, así como para niños, no sé. No sé, pero se ve muy tenebroso. No sé si se vaya a caer esto porque está como todo podrido. Y no veo como para encender las luces ni nada. Mira, allá está la cabaña. Y... No tiene luz. Hay como una mesa, hay ganchitos de ropa y televisor.
At the time, it was unclear what had startled her more, the bang, or the feeling that someone or something was watching. Later, as she reviewed the footage she had filmed, her blood ran cold. A dark figure had been standing in the doorway the entire time, partially hidden in plain sight. They didn't wait to find out more. She and her sister packed up and left, choosing the safety of a hotel, miles away from the woods and whatever was inside that cabin. While feeling nostalgic, a man decided to look up his late mother's old forest home on Google Maps. But when the satellite image loaded, he was left completely stunned. There, standing in the front yard behind a parked car, was a woman with blonde hair. It was unmistakably his mom. The twist? She had died 12 years ago. Even stranger, the image was captured just 2 years ago, long after she passed. Confused and shaken, he turned to the internet for answers. Was it just a strange glitch in Google's system? A reused old photo? Or had he just seen her ghost? Something about it didn't add up, and people couldn't stop talking about it. While reviewing footage from his cabin's security camera, the owner stumbled upon something chilling, something he never expected to see. For just a few seconds, a mysterious figure flickered into frame. Its face was obscured, its body vague and unnatural. Definitely not a person, and certainly not any animal he recognized. The internet buzzed with theories, some claiming it could be a skinwalker. But the footage was too brief, too unclear, leaving more questions than answers. He hasn't had another encounter since, but the eerie image still haunts him. What exactly did he capture that night? While walking through the forest behind his house, this man stumbled upon something chilling. A perfect circle of candle holders surrounding a single animal skull, eerily placed at the center. The scene felt straight out of a horror movie. It wasn't just strange, it looked ritualistic. Whatever had happened there, it was deliberate and disturbingly close to home. In the summer of 2011, Reddit user Mikester4 joined a midnight tour of the infamous Waverly Hills Sanatorium. While exploring the notoriously haunted 5th floor, an area long associated with chilling encounters, he snapped a photo that would leave him shaken. At first glance, it appeared to show a woman in a white gown eerily floating in the hallway. But when he brightened the image, another figure emerged. this one standing ominously near a window. Considering Waverly's tragic history, especially the grim stories tied to those very windows, Mikester's thoughts spiraled. Was it just a trick of the light? Or had he captured a glimpse of something truly paranormal? This person, who lives in Missouri near the historic Trail of Tears, had a bone-chilling encounter one night after work. While driving home through a wooded stretch, their headlights caught something strange. A tall, shadowy figure standing eerily still among the trees. Its head moved in a slow, unnatural sway, almost like it was watching. But here's the unnerving part. It was standing on raised ground above a ditch, meaning this thing wasn't just tall, it was huge. Paralyzed by fear, the driver sat frozen in their car, too afraid to move, unsure if they were seeing a person, a creature, or something else entirely. Some commenters tried to calm the nerves by suggesting it might have been an owl. The uploader admits that's the explanation they're desperately clinging to. On their birthday in 2020, around 6:30 p.m., Reddit user Hello Imrani was walking through their parents' yard when something chilling happened. Near the edge of the driveway, just beyond the trees, they spotted a figure, someone or something pacing nervously, like it was agitated or waiting for something. Then, it stopped and turned. It stared directly at Ronnie. Startled but curious, Ronnie managed to snap 2 zoomed-in photos from about 100 to 150 feet away. But what stuck with them wasn't just the eerie timing or the way the figure moved. It was how deeply unnatural the entire moment felt. They combed through forums, explored theories, and tried to make sense of it all. But to this day, no one, not even Ronnie, can explain what they saw. On October 27, 2024, a man exploring an abandoned railway station stumbled upon something bone-chilling.
रात के 12 बज रहे हैं और आप लोग देख सकते हैं दूर दूर तो कोई नज़र नहीं आ रहा। इस रेलवे स्टेशन पे नज़र आ रही तो सिर्फ वो औरत। यहाँ पे देख सकते हो भाई, रात के 12 बजे ये औरत यहाँ पे क्या कर रही है। जैसा लोग बोलते थे कि भाई ये औरत नहीं, ये औरत की आत्मा है जो कि ट्रेन के आने का इंतज़ार करती रहते हैं और यहाँ ट्रेन निकलेगी उसके पीछे ही जाती है, पता नहीं क्या करना चाहती है। कई सारे लोगों को
Sitting motionless on a weathered bench was a pale woman, silent, eerily still. At first, he thought she was just another lost soul, until she vanished. When he glanced down to check his camera, she was right there. But when he looked up again, the bench was empty, gone. He swears she wasn't human, but a restless spirit trapped in time, forever waiting for trains that will never return. Locals believe she's the reason no one dares set foot there after dark. And now, so does he. A man got a motion alert from his backyard security cam in the middle of the night. Curious, he opened the footage. At first, everything seemed perfectly normal. The yard looked empty, quiet, still. But then he rewound the footage. And that's when things got weird. He noticed something unusual. Watch this spot right here.
You see this little orb right here.
Then you
watch. Babe. Look at that. No one's out back.
It just sits there too.
It does. It just sits right there.
And you can see the whole shadow, like a person.
That's nuts. I don't know how long it sits
Goes
there
away.
for. The orb goes away. Comes back. Now watch. The person's going to disappear.
It's like they're just boom.
Boom. Gone.
Suddenly, a shadow appears out of nowhere. Boom. Clear as day. But there's no one there. Then, an orb. A small glowing light just hovering in the frame. Look at that, babe. No one's out back, but that orb is just sitting there. And it doesn't move. It just lingers. Moments later, the orb vanishes, then reappears. And just as suddenly, it's gone. Like it was never there. No footprints. No signs of anyone. Just a dark, shadowy figure and a mysterious orb caught on camera. So what exactly did he capture that night? Paranormal activity? A glitch in reality? Or something else entirely? A woman named Joey was walking home alone around 3 a.m. after a night of clubbing. She was drunk, exhausted, and just trying to make it back safely. That's when she heard it.
I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like a banging.
Oh no.
Footsteps. They were coming from behind a nearby fence. At first, Joey thought someone was following her, but suddenly, the sound was right next to her. Oh no. Panic set in, and Joey sprinted the rest of the way home without looking back. So what was it? A spirit? A stalker? Or something? Not human? One night in Victoria, Australia, this woman and her husband were out for a quiet walk until a bone-chilling scream echoed from the trees nearby. The sound froze them in their tracks. Creeped out but curious, they searched for the source, but found nothing. Later, they uploaded the eerie audio online, asking for answers. Most people pointed to the brush-tailed possum, known for its downright terrifying screeches, especially when it's in a fight. But others weren't so sure. Was it just a wild animal? Or was something far more disturbing hiding in those woods that night? While hiking up Mount Shasta, a curious traveler struck up a playful conversation with a local tour guide and jokingly asked, "Ever seen Bigfoot up here?" The guide chuckled at first, but then his tone changed. Years ago, he said, he'd snapped a photo of a friend near the summit. Nothing strange at the time, until he looked at the picture later. In the background, partially hidden among the trees, was a shadowy figure with glowing eyes. Chills. The guide confessed that every time he's on that trail, he can't shake the feeling that something or someone is watching him. So, was it just an animal caught in the lens? Or did he unknowingly photograph the elusive legend of the forest? In April 2019, a YouTuber named Jason, who runs the channel Appy Mountain Trekkers, uploaded what initially seemed like a routine video, a solo overnight camping trip deep in the mountains. Jason's channel is all about the great outdoors, hiking, camping, and surviving off the land. Most of his uploads are peaceful, almost therapeutic. But this video, it took a chilling turn. The hike up was uneventful. Jason cheerfully filmed himself pitching his tent and starting a campfire as the sun dipped behind the trees.
Figured I'd take a break. Got about 3 hours of daylight left.
While waiting for nightfall, he tried his hand at spoon carving, a quiet, relaxing activity. But as the forest darkened, things began to feel off. That's when he first heard it, a strange sound echoing from the mountaintop.
Alright guys, we'll give you a quick update. It's about 10 after 10. I laid down about 9 o'clock and I was trying to go to sleep. It took me a while and I was almost asleep, and sometime before 10 I was woke up by something I've never heard in my life.
heard like 4 quick, very loud, deep guttural calls on this ridge behind me, behind camp. There's like a dip on the other side, and it goes up to a higher ridge on this backside, and it sounded like it come from over there.
He brushed it off as a bird or maybe a small animal, but he admitted later it gave him pause. By 9 p.m., Jason turned off the camera and climbed into his tent for the night. But less than an hour later, something woke him up. A sound. Not just any sound, something guttural, unnatural. Hours passed. Then, around 1 a.m., he was awakened again, this time not by a distant call, but by the unmistakable sound of something circling his tent.
It's about 1 o'clock. I woke up again. I heard something circling my camp. Hear that?
As Jason swept his flashlight across the trees, you can just barely make out something in the bottom left corner of the screen. 2 glowing sets of eyes reflecting in the beam. They're low to the ground, unmoving, watching. While many animals' eyes reflect light at night, the sharp, fiery white glow suggests these could have belonged to wolves or coyotes. Domesticated dogs also produce white reflections, but the odds of a pet wandering the mountains at 1 a.m. are slim. If these were coyotes or wolves, especially if they had pups nearby, Jason was in danger. But here's the chilling part. Jason doesn't seem to notice the eyes at all. He never comments on them, never zooms in. He simply scans the area, then retreats into his tent and somehow manages to sleep through the night. The next morning, he filmed a short update before heading back down the mountain, but not once did he mention the eyes his camera had caught watching him. To this day, there has been no follow-up on the incident, no explanation, just one eerie video, and a sense that Jason might not have been alone out there in the woods. While driving in the woods, this woman had a terrifying encounter that they'll never forget.
Oh my god, no, fuck that.
Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the trees, so loud, so unnatural, it froze them in place. At first they thought maybe it was just an animal, but the longer they listened, the more it sounded like something else, something wrong. The woman was completely alone, with no cell signal, no one around for miles, just the dark woods, and that scream. So, who or what was making that sound? Could it have been a wild animal? Or was it something far more sinister lurking in the shadows? About 17 years ago, a woman snapped a photo of her 2 young nieces playing near their countryside home. At first glance, everything seemed perfectly normal, just a sweet memory captured on camera. But when she looked closer, something chilling stood out. In the background, near the edge of the woods, was the dark silhouette of a person. The strange part? That spot was just an open field, part of their private property. No one should have been there. To even reach that area, someone would have had to pass through her house or cross a field full of cows. Yet, there was no sign of anyone that day. To this day, no one can explain who or what was standing there. It was July 2023, and the scene was their parents' house, a cozy, familiar spot where the whole family often gathered. That day, most of them were inside helping with newborn twins, while the sister and her fiancé stepped outside to tidy up the backyard. She casually snapped a few photos to track their progress, expecting nothing more than shots of her fiancé near the picnic table. But one image showed something she hadn't seen in real life, a shadowy figure moving through the garden. There were no neighbors around, no pets, no one else is outside, just them. Since that eerie moment, they've installed security cameras across the property. But in all the time since, nothing like it has ever happened again. Not a single unexplained thing. So what exactly did she capture that day? 2 years after purchasing a quiet cabin deep in the woods, the homeowner finally decided to check out the attic storage, an area they had ignored since move-in. Pushing aside dusty old boxes, they stumbled upon something unsettling. Strange symbols covered the walls, not random doodles or innocent markings. These were precise, ritualistic, almost ceremonial. It felt like something straight out of a horror film. Had the previous owners been involved in black magic? Or worse, part of some hidden cult? Looking back, they couldn't help but wonder, how did they miss this before buying the place? Years ago, a Reddit user shared a bone-chilling memory from their childhood home. An old house built in the 1860s, hidden deep in the woods and eerily positioned right across from a graveyard. One quiet afternoon, while alone in the house, their mother spotted something strange in the window. Acting fast, she grabbed a camera and snapped a photo. Later, she showed it to her husband. He had once stood in that very spot, so they compared the images. He's 6'2", but whatever appeared in the photo was even taller. It wasn't him, and no one else should have been there. With the house's haunted history and a cemetery just steps away, one haunting question remains. Who or what was standing in that window? Reddit user Strange Sandwich Punton28 shared a chilling tale about a mysterious house his grandfather built back in 1945 in Hagerstown, Maryland. The home was constructed using materials salvaged from a demolished church, an eerie origin that only adds to its haunted reputation, passed down through generations of family stories. When he was around 7, Strange Sandwich 1028 visited his grandmother with his parents. During their trip, they decided to walk over to the old, abandoned house nearby. As they approached, his mother suddenly froze. She saw movement in one of the windows, even though no one was supposed to be inside. His father, an amateur photographer, quickly snapped a few pictures. But it wasn't until the film was developed that the true horror revealed itself. One of the windows showed something or someone that couldn't possibly have been there. To this day, what they captured remains a bone-chilling mystery. While hiking through his usual trail, this person had no idea what he'd come home to. Later that night, while reviewing his CCTV footage, he noticed something strange. A smoky figure slowly circling his security camera. At first, he thought it was just fog, until it moved with intent, almost as if it was watching him. While hiking deep into a remote forest trail, this person stumbled upon something that sent chills down their spine. Hidden between the thick branches and old moss-covered bark was a face carved into the trunk of a tree. It wasn't just some rough sketch either. The expression was haunting, almost too human, as if it were watching. This person stood frozen. Why would someone do that? Was it a warning, a ritual, or maybe someone or something wanted to be remembered? Whatever the reason, the deeper you look into that carved face, the more it feels like the forest is looking back at you. Frances and her husband were invited to a bonfire next door, a lively night filled with laughter, drinks, and stories under the stars. Everything felt perfectly normal, until midnight. Frances decided to snap a quick photo of the roaring blaze, an 80-foot inferno lighting up the night sky. But when she looked back at the picture, her heart skipped a beat. There, in the center of the flames, was something no one could explain. A face, clear as day, staring right back at her from inside the fire. Could it be an apparition? Frances showed the photo to her husband and others at the bonfire. Reactions ranged from stunned silence to nervous laughter. But this person couldn't shake the feeling that something or someone was watching. She hasn't looked at fire the same way since. You be the judge. Is it just a trick of the light? Or something far more chilling? Two friends set out to explore an abandoned convent about an hour from town. The place was creepy, but perfect for a viral TikTok dance, so they hit record. As the girl danced, the guy behind the camera suddenly froze. Just over her shoulder, something didn't feel right. They inched closer, and that's when they saw it.
What the fuck? Andy, stop. I'm so... Oh my god. Stop. Hold him. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Oh my god.
A group of people standing in a tight circle, heads bowed, silently performing what looked like a ritual. Shaken to the core, the friends fled. The video cuts off with no answers, only questions. While hiking to a small cave, this person suddenly felt a deep thud beneath their feet. It wasn't just a distant noise, it echoed from directly under them, like something was alive below the surface. The sound was so unexpected, the hiker froze mid-step, heart pounding. Who or what was making that sound? Could something be trapped underground? Or was it something that shouldn't exist at all? While hiking up a new, unfamiliar trail, this person stumbled upon a small cave tucked away in the rocks. The moment they stepped near it, a heavy, unsettling energy seemed to hang in the air. It felt negative, almost like they weren't supposed to be there. Still, curiosity won. This person decided to snap a quick picture, hoping to capture whatever was making them so uneasy. Later, when they reviewed the photo, that's when the real chill set in. In the shadowy corner of the cave, something or someone was peeking out. A dark figure, barely visible, just standing there, watching. At the time, this person hadn't seen a thing. But now, they're left wondering who or what was staring at them from the darkness. While hiking through a rugged mountain trail, this person suddenly froze. Just a few feet ahead, a massive mountain lion appeared out of nowhere. But here's the wild part. It didn't even seem to notice this person. The big cat looked more focused on finding its own escape route through the terrain, almost like it was lost too. Thank God for that. Because if the predator had locked eyes with this person, that peaceful hike could have turned into a terrifying nightmare real quick. Nature doesn't always play fair, and this moment was a reminder of just how close danger can be without even knowing it. While hiking the Grand Canyon, this person made a chilling mistake that nearly cost him his life. Trying to see the perfect view from the edge, this person lost his footing, and in an instant, he plummeted nearly 100 feet down the canyon wall.
No native grass, girl.
Oh shit, is he okay? Wait.
Oh no. Oh shit.
No. Don't look. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we told him to come back up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We need to call. You have your phone. Get your phone.
Here.
Can we call? Oh my gosh.
Dumbass.
Oh my god, we. Baby girl.
There's more back here.
Oh my gosh.
Has this ever happened before?
He's not moving, huh?
Witnesses were left frozen in shock as they watched this person disappear over the edge. We just hope this person survives this terrifying fall. because that drop, it's no joke. A man and his family were enjoying a winter hike through Queensland's Bunya Mountains National Park. They were halfway through a peaceful 4-hour trail, having only passed a few hikers earlier that morning. At one point, the man stopped to snap a photo of the sunlight piercing through the dense forest canopy. Later that evening, while scrolling through the photos, his daughter spotted something strange, something they hadn't noticed in the moment. There, standing clearly on the trail ahead, was a woman in a black dress. But they knew no one had been there. They had just walked that exact stretch of the path and hadn't seen a single soul. Disturbed, the man showed the photo to his boss. Her reaction chilled him. She went pale. Then she told him that just a year before, her daughter had felt something dark in that exact spot. She said it felt like something was watching them from the trees. To this day, the man has no explanation for what he captured in that photo. But every time he looks at it, the hair on the back of his neck stands up. What do you think he saw? While hiking, this couple had a chilling close call with a bear that began following them up the trail.
He's following me, babe. Holy he's following us. Hey! Hey! Go home!
Oh! Go!
Okay.
Okay, you guys go up there.
Oh, come on. Don't run. Do not run. Hey!
Can we play dead now? Can we play dead?
Griffin, walk faster, please. Hey, bear! Following us.
Following us up the trail with no intention of...
Can you just give up?
Hey, bear! Hey!
What?
Caught between fear and disbelief, they tried to stay calm, shouting, walking faster, and nervously asking if it was time to play dead. It turned out the bear had no intention to attack, but that didn't stop their adrenaline from spiking. While hiking in the forest, this Reddit user stumbled upon something straight out of a movie, a massive cave door hidden just off the main trail. But that's not all. Built into this towering stone entrance was a smaller, almost secret door, like something only meant for someone who knew it was there. The user couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't supposed to find it. Who built it? What's behind it? Could it lead to an abandoned military bunker, a forgotten cult hideout, or even something way more unsettling? Whatever the case, this eerie discovery is the kind of thing that makes you question how much of the forest is truly unexplored, and who or what might still be living there. This person was just enjoying a peaceful night hike until they saw it.
Elas parecem ter um pouquinho de sensibilidade, percebeu? Elas travam às vezes quando... Ó, tá vendo? Eu tô com a câmera muito perto. Eu quero filmar a dança.
A bunch of black millipedes all piled on top of each other, slithering in slow, synchronized horror. It wasn't just gross, it looked unnatural, like something you'd see in a sci-fi film. He described it as terrifying, not just because of the bugs themselves, but the way they moved, almost like they had a purpose. A few years back, a family took a trip to Jeffrey's Cliffs in Hawkville, Kentucky. It was supposed to be a peaceful day of hiking and snapping photos of the kids, but one picture revealed something far from ordinary. In the background, a blurry, shadowy figure loomed just behind the group. The unsettling part? According to the mom, no one else was anywhere near them when the photo was taken. While hiking in the forest, this person noticed something truly eerie, something that would make you stop in your tracks. wind wasn't just rustling leaves, it was making the entire forest sway. Trees rocked back and forth, and even the roots beneath the earth shifted, creating an illusion so wild it looked like the ground itself was breathing. No joke, it felt like the forest had come alive. And honestly, it was a good thing this person was the only one there. If anyone else had been standing nearby, things might have gone south real quick. This was nature's raw power on full display, breathtaking but also a little terrifying. While camping in Texas, a family decided to check out a nearby haunted house, one that already had a dark reputation after someone reportedly died there years ago. Sitting safely in their car, they watched the eerie, abandoned structure. But then, something chilling happened. They caught this on camera. Out of nowhere, what appears to be a small hand reaches out from the window. Locals say ghostly figures of children are often seen peering from the windows and lurking near the doors of this house, fueling the belief that it's truly haunted. Sunshineable was out in the woods, filming a fun TikTok video to showcase her outfit, when something chilling happened.
Oh gosh, it's cold. Okay, we're staying, I won't stay. Nope.
As she danced and twirled, her camera unknowingly captured a dark, shadowy figure lurking in the background, covered in black fur, watching her intently. Before she could even process what she'd seen, the figure quickly vanished into the trees. Panicking, Sunshineable snatched up her phone and bolted, heart racing. Some believe the mysterious figure could be a juvenile Bigfoot, while others think it's just someone in a costume playing a prank. Given Sunshineable's reputation for creating authentic, unstaged content, many are left wondering, is this an eerie encounter caught on camera, or just another trick of the woods? The truth remains a mystery. While hiking with their dog through a quiet forested trail, this person stumbled upon something downright chilling. A misty figure silently floating in the middle of a narrow cave. It wasn't moving, just hovering. No sound, no breeze, just that eerie presence staring back through the fog. Was it a spirit? A trick of the light? Or something far more sinister? What was that figure doing there? And why did it feel like it was waiting for them? This person was out on their usual walk. Nothing unusual, just a quiet route they pass daily, including a massive old tree they've walked by countless times. But last Thursday, something felt off. They suddenly heard a deep, low growling echo from the trees, followed by the rustling of thick bushes. That's when they spotted it. A massive dark figure, easily 7 to 8 feet tall, just standing there. As soon as they reached for their phone to snap a picture, the thing bolted. No warning, no hesitation. It was gone in a flash. Creepy, right? But here's where it gets even weirder. The very next day, this person returned to the same trail, hoping to catch another glimpse. Instead, they found the massive tree, the same one they always passed, completely bent and twisted as if something with immense force had mangled it overnight. There hadn't been a storm, no strong winds, nothing that could have done that. Was it a message? A warning? Could this be Bigfoot marking its territory? Or maybe something worse? What was that towering figure hiding in the shadows? Was it truly Bigfoot? Or something far more terrifying? This person was hiking deep in the wilds of West Virginia when they stumbled upon something downright chilling, a massive footprint, embedded in the dirt, far larger than any normal humans. They snapped a photo and sent it to me, clearly shaken. It wasn't just the size that was disturbing, it was the eerie stillness of the area, like the forest itself was holding its breath. What kind of creature could have left something like that behind? Is there something even more unexplainable roaming those woods? Let me know what you think in the comments. Was this just an elaborate prank? Or did this person accidentally cross paths with a living legend? While hiking on a quiet mountain trail for what seemed like a peaceful afternoon, until something darted across the path. A bobcat. It sprinted down the slope ahead, vanishing into the trees. Curious, they stopped, pulled out their phone, and started recording. But then, they heard it. A haunting sound echoes through the forest. At first, it faded into the distance, like whatever made it was moving away. But suddenly, it changed direction. The sound got louder, closer, and before they could make sense of it, the creature, whatever it was, turned back and started coming straight toward them. The woods went from silent to spine-tingling. While fishing in Brazil, a group of fishermen came across something truly bizarre, something they'd never seen before. At first glance, they assumed it was just some trash, maybe scraps of fabric or floating plastic. But then it moved. One of the fishermen reached in and pulled out one of the strange creatures. What he held looked eerily like a bat, but far more unsettling. So what do you think? Did they discover something real? Or is this just another internet hoax? While riding a bike through a quiet trail, this biker spotted a person in the distance, crawling across the ground. At first, he thought it was an injured animal, but as he got closer, he realized the person was human, and moving in an unsettling, almost unnatural way. No words, no sound, just the scraping of limbs against dirt. Why was this person crawling on the floor? And more importantly, what happened to him? To this day, the biker still can't shake that image from my mind. A popular outdoor enthusiast and social media hiker has been found dead after vanishing in an Arizona park. 31-year-old Hannah Moody, who inspired over 40,000 Instagram followers with her breathtaking adventures in nature, was discovered near the gateway trailhead of the McDowell Sonoran Preserve in Scottsdale. Friends had reported her missing after she went silent, something unusual for someone always so present online. Authorities initially tried to track her location through her phone, but those efforts failed. A search team was launched, and it was a Maricopa County Sheriff's Office air unit that ultimately spotted her body, roughly 600 feet off the main trail. Police say there's no sign of foul play or trauma, though the medical examiner will determine her official cause of death. This tragic moment serves as a quiet reminder. Be here, in the now. Moody often shared how hiking helped her reconnect with the present, grounding her when life got noisy. She did it not just because she loved nature, but because it brought her peace. And now, the community she built is mourning her sudden loss. While hiking, this couple had a chilling close call with a bear that began following them up the trail.
He's following you, babe. Hey, bear!
Hey!
Holy he's following us.
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
Go home!
Oh! Go!
Okay.
Okay, you guys go up there.
Oh, come on.
Don't run. Do not run.
Hey! Can we play dead now? Can we play dead?
Griffin, walk faster, please. Hey, bear! Following us.
Following us up the trail. Has no intention of.
Can you just give up?
Hey, bear! Hey!
Caught between fear and disbelief, they tried to stay calm, shouting, walking faster, and nervously asking if it was time to play dead. It turned out the bear had no intention to attack, but that didn't stop their adrenaline from spiking. While hiking near the railroad tracks in Mission Park, San Antonio, a man snapped a quick photo, but what he saw later left him speechless. When he reviewed the image, two mysterious figures appeared in the distance, standing eerily still. Locals have long whispered tales of ghostly children who push stalled cars off the tracks, but this was something entirely different. Confused and unsettled, unsure if he'd captured a trick of the light or something truly supernatural, he posted the photo online, and the internet hasn't stopped talking about it since. While a group of people were enjoying a casual swim, an unexpected guest slipped into the scene. Gliding just beneath the water's surface was a massive reptile. Moments later, it broke through the water, surfacing just feet away from the unsuspecting swimmers. Strangely, there was no screaming, no splashing, just stunned silence. Viewers who saw the footage initially feared the worst, assuming it was a deadly saltwater crocodile. But one eagle-eyed commenter clarified, this was an American crocodile, typically less aggressive than its fearsome cousins in Australia or Southeast Asia. Still, its eerie approach and unsettling proximity made the encounter spine-tingling. While out on a casual fishing trip, a Reddit user stumbled upon something downright bizarre and a little unsettling. Instead of finding a hermit crab nestled inside a seashell like usual, he spotted one that had made its home inside a plastic doll's head. Yeah, you read that right. Imagine walking along the beach and suddenly seeing a doll's head creeping toward you, eyes hollow, legs skittering. Not exactly your typical seaside stroll. It's the kind of thing that would make anyone take a few startled steps back. Creepy, but weirdly fascinating. Around 5 a.m., Lean stepped outside to take out the trash. As he turned back toward his secluded forest home, something near the window caught his eye. Curious and uneasy, he grabbed his camera to film until he realized he wasn't just imagining things. It was something terrifying.
5 de la mañana, salí a tirar la basura y se escucha. ¿Qué querés, hijo de puta? ¿Qué mierda es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué carajo es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Es eso la concha de su madre?
Panic surged through Lean's chest as he bolted back inside. His heart pounded as he checked every room, every shadowy corner. But there was nothing. No trace of anyone. Whatever he saw had vanished, at least to the naked eye. Reddit user Rob Conan96 once shared a bone-chilling underwater clip that left viewers holding their breath. As he swam through the murky depths, the last thing he expected happened. A massive shark suddenly emerged from the shadows and bumped him right on the head. It was a heart-stopping moment that could have gone wrong, but luckily, he lived to tell the tale. While paying their respects at Gettysburg Cemetery, someone caught a strange movement behind a nearby tree. Curious, they snapped a quick photo, and what appeared in the image left them shaken. A shadowy figure seemed to be watching them, and the air suddenly felt heavy, almost like they weren't alone. Later, they showed the photo to a park ranger. He studied it for a moment, then said calmly, "That's a Confederate soldier on horseback." Had they captured one of Gettysburg's restless spirits still haunting the battlefield? While hiking on a fog-drenched October morning, this person had already driven past eerie graveyards and crumbling farmhouses, the kind of scenery ripped straight from a Stephen King novel. The narrow roads of those old New England towns whispered secrets as this person made their way to the trailhead, but nothing, not even the ghost town vibes, could have prepared this person for what they stumbled across in the woods. Just a few steps in, this person came face to face with an unsettling display tucked among the trees. Clothes hung weirdly. It wasn't clear what the custom was or why it was placed there, but one thing was certain. It sent a jolt straight through this person's chest. It was the kind of scene that makes you look over your shoulder and question whether you're truly alone in the woods. While hiking, this person saw something so bizarre that it could have come straight out of a horror movie. Right in the middle of a peaceful cycle lane in Denmark was a dead shark. No water in sight, no ocean nearby, just cold pavement and a predator from the deep lying there like it was dropped from the sky. Locals are baffled, and there's no explanation yet. No trail, no blood, no drag marks, nothing. So the question is, who or what left the shark there? Was it a twisted prank, a message, or something far more chilling? While walking a familiar trail in their hometown, a Reddit user stumbled upon a strange patch of scorched grass. At first, it didn't raise alarms. Arson wasn't exactly rare in the area. But something was off. The burnt patch revealed a hidden path leading deep into the woods. Driven by curiosity, they followed it. And what they discovered was chilling. At the end of the trail lay a collection of animal bones, deliberately arranged, with a red wine-scented liquid poured over them. It looked like some kind of ritual, maybe witchcraft. But what did it mean? Still a mystery. In January 2013, someone reviewing their trail cam footage stumbled upon something downright chilling. The camera had picked up a figure that looked eerily like an extraterrestrial being, though others argue it might have been a ghost or some kind of unknown creature. Sure, it could have been a weirdly shaped bush or a regular animal caught at a strange angle, but the way it moved and how it seemed to stare straight into the camera was anything but normal. During a road trip through the remote highways of Oregon, a couple found themselves in the middle of a chilling mystery. As they cruised along an empty stretch surrounded by nothing but endless wilderness, the girlfriend casually snapped a few photos with her Canon camera, capturing the stillness of the landscape. But when they flipped through the shots moments later, one image froze them in disbelief. In the middle of the frame stood a faint, ghostly figure, a woman in a flowing dress. The eerie part? They were completely alone when the photo was taken, or so they thought. Just outside Niagara Falls, there's a chilling spot shrouded in legend, the infamous Screaming Tunnel. According to local lore, a furious father once ended his own daughter's life inside the tunnel. In the chaos, he spilled oil and accidentally set himself ablaze, dying in the very place he committed the unthinkable. Since then, it's said no flame can stay lit within the tunnel's walls. One group of friends set out to test the legend for themselves. But the moment one of them struck a match, nothing.
The spot where she supposedly died. So we're about to try to light a match.
I'm pumped, dude. I'm terrified I have to poop. Ready?
Hold on.
That didn't work.
It's not even lighting.
Yeah, I think you killed that one.
Honestly.
Oh my god.
Light my finger on fire.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
It went right out,
Alright,
just
I'm
like
gonna
they
turn
said.
This way.
Okay.
Here, I'll block the breeze.
Oh, it went out again.
Freaking A,
This is like almost, we're going through this box, dude. Right out. Every time.
Have we tried doing it not in the tunnel?
Try it again.
For control?
Listen. All right. Now,
strike after strike, the flame kept dying instantly. They were burning through an entire box with no luck. But the moment they stepped outside, the flame lit perfectly.
now supposedly up this way to the top of the hill is where her house was.
These matches suck.
So you get when you don't favor them.
Outside the tunnel, the match stays lit up. Right up there. That's where her house used to be.
How are you sure?
Because that's what it said on. Yeah. That's what the thing said.
Why won't fire survive inside the tunnel? Is it just a coincidence? Or is something or someone snuffing it out? What do you think is behind this eerie phenomenon? Kay was filming her daughter running joyfully toward a patch of flowers when something bizarre happened, almost like a scene from a sci-fi movie. As her daughter sprinted ahead, she suddenly stopped, like she'd slammed into thin air. You can see the ripple, like the air itself bent, and there's this strange humming sound, almost like a force field. But here's what throws people off. Kay just kept filming. She didn't rush over. No panic, no shouting, just silence. So what was that invisible wall? And why didn't Kay react right away? While exploring the breathtaking grounds of Portugal's Pina Palace, one tourist captured something truly unsettling on video. Deep within the lush forest surrounding the palace, a large, shadowy figure slipped silently between the trees.
Spooky up here.
Some witnesses claim it looked like a gorilla. Others insist it had the sleek form of a panther or jaguar. But here's the thing, none of those animals belong anywhere near Portugal's wilderness. Was it an escaped exotic pet? Or could it be something far more mysterious? Local legends speak of a ghostly nun who haunts these very grounds, a sorrowful spirit said to have met a tragic end centuries ago. So what exactly did that tourist capture on camera? A wild animal? A restless spirit? Or something even darker? The truth remains unknown. This eerie footage was posted online with the chilling caption, "My dad caught this on his trail camera at a cabin in Wisconsin. Ghosts." The image shows a group of white-gowned figures standing eerily still in the woods. But the real kicker? Zoom in, and one of them appears to be missing its head. Some believe this could be evidence of a cult, but considering the isolated location and the fact that it was only captured in a single frame, it's hard to believe these were actual people. On May 3rd, 2022, a TikTok creator known for posting beauty content suddenly switched gears, and what she shared left viewers spooked.
I'm like fucking scared.
There is no one standing there, but there's a silhouette, like a shadow of a person. Yeah.
There was no one there, yet a clear silhouette of a person stood on the pavement. No trees, no poles, no light source, nothing that could explain the eerie figure. Stranger still, when she returned the next day, the shadow had vanished. She ruled out paint, swore it wasn't edited. So what was it? A glitch in reality? A ghost? Or something else entirely? A person was walking alone one quiet night when something shifted. The air felt heavier, like eyes were crawling over their back. They stopped and glanced up, and froze. Two glowing eyes stared down from the trees. At first, they assumed it was an animal, maybe an owl, maybe a raccoon. But as their eyes adjusted, their heart dropped. It wasn't an animal. It had a pale, human-like face. Still, expressionless, just watching. Whatever it was didn't belong in those woods. Some say it was a skinwalker, others say it was something even worse. The truth? No one knows. Would you keep walking? A few months ago, a woman was jolted awake by a motion alert from her backyard camera. Groggy and half asleep, she opened the footage, expecting maybe a raccoon or a stray cat. But what did she see? It was anything but normal.
Por volta de 10h35, lá no finalzinho da noite já, o horário que aparece na câmera tá 1 hora atrasado, né? Porque a gente não tinha configurado a hora dela. Mas esse 10h35 que aparece aí é o horário do telefone, exatamente na hora que eu tava gravando a tela do celular, porque tava acontecendo isso. Observem que a luz ela se junta, se separa, acontecendo.
On the screen was a glowing white figure. It didn't quite look human, but it moved like one. The way it glided across the yard felt wrong, unnatural. There was no clear shape, no face, no logic to it. Just eerie, silent motion. To this day, there's no explanation. So what exactly did she capture on camera that night? While scaling the legendary Grand Wall in Squamish, BC, something terrifying unfolded. In the middle of setting up his gear, he made one critical mistake. He missed securing a vital anchor point. In the blink of an eye, he slipped and plunged nearly 60 feet in a sheer, heart-pounding freefall.
Oh God. Oh no. Woo!
But just before disaster struck, his emergency rope kicked in, snapping tight and saving him from what could have been a fatal fall. A split-second error nearly cost him everything. This person was out exploring the woods behind a friend's place in Valparaiso, Indiana, hoping to snap some photos of a plant called Jack in the pulpit. But just as they were lining up the perfect shot, they heard something. A strange, unexplainable noise. Instinctively, they clicked the shutter and rushed back. At first, the photo looked normal, but later, when they zoomed in, their heart dropped. Hidden in the shadows was a figure, something, or someone staring directly at them from the trees. Now, they're stuck sleeping in the garage, right next to those same woods. And the question still haunts them. Who or what was watching? A backpacker was enjoying a peaceful solo hike through the forest when something caught their eye.
Tell me you see that.
Do you see that in the tree? What? Yeah. Uh-huh. He sees it. Oh, God. We're going. He also sees a bird. What? No. Look it.
At first, it looked like an ordinary tree, but as they moved around it, strange shapes began to reveal themselves. Some thought it was just a trick of the light or a weird natural formation, but others weren't so sure. There was something off about that tree, something eerie enough to send a chill down their spine. Not taking any chances, the hiker uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what they saw. So, what do you think? Just nature being weird, or something more? While hiking late at night, this person decided to explore an abandoned house tucked deep in the woods. What started as a harmless thrill turned into something unexplainable. In a couple of the photos they took, two eerie, misty apparitions appeared. Figures that weren't there in person. No footsteps, no breathing. Just mist. What was that? Could it have been spirits lingering in the ruins? Or something far darker, watching this person from the shadows? If you liked that video, make sure to check out the Dare to Watch YouTube channel, where we have tons of videos just like this. And if you want to see our latest scary hiking encounters, make sure to click subscribe so you'll get notifications.